Hello and welcome to everyone. Today our guest is MMA fighter Michael Dufort. Michael, congrats on your CFFC win. And this win should, at least I believe, should skyrocket your career. Right now, you're undefeated for a very much long period of time, and you're really much doing a great job. What can you say about your victory? Then we'll go with the question by question.
The victory was great. It's been a while. I haven't competed because of COVID, but right now I'm just pumped to have won this fight in less than 2 minutes. So it's very nice to show my dominance in a fight. I think it's a way to get seen by the big organization to be able to perform that good and win the fight that quick is very good.
What do you think about CFFC as a promotion? Do you think that's a great way to go one step up in your career?
Yeah, I think a lot of fighters have passed through a CFFC to go to the UFC and some kind of bigger organization like this. I really think I know I'm at that level. I'm on the UFC level. I should fight for them. I know I'm one of the best lightweight in the world. So yeah, man, I hope big league will call real soon to let me show my skills.
When did you start training MMA, and which was your first martial art?
I started at 13 years old. I'm now 27, so more than half my life. And I think my first love is for sure jiu-jitsu. I like it so much, man. It's by far the best martial art. I know the one I suggest to everybody to start doing because it's really a way of life. It's very good. It's very cool.
Who is coaching you right now, and who are your sparring partners, considering the COVID situation right now in the world?
I'm training at H2O MMA, and there's TriStar too, but most of my time is at H2O MMA, and I would say my main training partner, sparring partner, and everything is the Canadian gangster Olivier Mercier. I went with him in Atlantic City. We were 2 weeks locked down for his PFL event. And then we went to Miami for a week. We trained together still. Yeah, I train a lot with Ali, and he's a southpaw, so it was a great help to have him in my entourage to perform the CFFC fight because I fought the lefty as well.
Do you have the favorite strike and the favorite submission?
My favorite submission, good question. I would say the guillotine. The guillotine is my thing. If you wonder taking me down without taking the risk to get submitted by the guillotine, you're stupid. If you see my record, I have like I think 4 submission by guillotine. I have 4 rear naked. So yeah, the guillotine is my move.
Can you please explain one day in your life how it looks like?
Man, one day in the training camp life is you wake up, you go train. You wake up, you eat, you go train for the first time. Come back. Sometimes I give a session. Sleep, eat, train. Most of the sleep, eat, train, repeat.
Do you still remember your first amateur MMA fight?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I was young, but I do. My family went. It was a local show, and my family came. Every member of my family came. I think I did a guillotine at that time. That was a fun moment too.
Who was the toughest amateur opponent for you?
Oh, that I don't remember though. Um, my possibly I don't know. Neil Shepard. He was a hell of a fighter. He's still a hell of a fighter, and he was training with Firas Zahabi at that time, and I was not, and I was able to perform a guillotine. I think I broke his collarbone or something like that. It was a good fight, a huge. I think it was the first amateur fight that has a big. I'll say that that the pride was there after the fight. It was a big show.
This might be a bit, well, maybe a bit unpleasant question. Which is the hardest injury that you've ever had in your career?
Luckily, I'll touch some wood, but I haven't really been injured in my MMA career. What? I don't think I've been injured for real. Maybe I no, I don't think I get have any big injuries that I had. No,
That's great. That's really much great.
yeah,
So
well,
your
I'm
career is on the
lucky.
right path. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we discuss your first professional fight? I know that your professional career was a bit rocky at the beginning, but then you started winning and never stopped.
Yeah, my first pro fight was against Kyle Nelson. That's actually a UFC fighter. We were like two prospects making our debut, and first round I think I was a bit nervous, and he win the first. I came back in the second round. I beat him up in the second. It was 1-1 after two. And I think he get the better of me in the third round. It was a good fight. Was too hell of a prospect, and you can see it now. You look at my resume. I'm a hell of a fighter. Look at his. He's a hell of a fighter today. So yeah, it was a good event. It was a really good fight. We won fight of the night. Was cool.
Yeah, but your second fight was even closer. I watched it. I mean, it was super close fight from what I've seen.
Yeah, yeah. I the thing that I am proud of is I never get beat up in my defeat. I only lose by fucking decision because I finish my opponent. I finish my opponent. Every opponent I fought, I finish him. I don't go to decision. Every lose I got is decision. I you can't beat me. You can't submit me. You can't make me give. I don't give up in life. But fucking judges' decision sometimes people people gotta fuck. Nah, I'm sorry, but decision. It's always decision about if I lose.
What can we say about your first professional MMA victory? It was a rear naked choke, as much as I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was a submission. Yeah, that was a good fight. You know, after my two first fight, I lost. I lost them both, and I had that mentality, that spirit that if I lose one other fight, my career's over. That was the only thing I was telling myself. If I'm losing another fight, it's over. I can't lose another fight, and I did great. I won. Actually, except my two first defeat, 8-1, 8 finishes, six first round, one second round, one third round. Yeah, since I have that mentality that I can't lose, I just win. I just focus on the good thing. I just focus on myself. I focus on the win. I don't focus anymore. Something people don't know is you don't fight for other people. You fight for yourself. So the shortest you're in the cage, the best it is for your health, the best it is for you. So man, don't be stupid. Just finish your fight.
Sounds like a great piece of advice. Majority of
Yeah.
your finishes were submissions, but what can you say about your TKO finishes?
It was good. It was at 170 at welterweight this fight, and I tag him good. He fell on the ground. I think he wanted to wrestle me because I tag him with a good right hand, and I finished in ground and pound with him, and he just gave up. I think he tapped on the strike.
What was the secret for that fight against Jesse Ronson, considering he is one of, let's say, very, very good fighters?
It was about pressure. I wanted to put him so much pressure that he'll retire. He'll try to stop the action a bit. I did great, man. That was another decision, a split decision again. Was a good fight. I had my moment. He had his. But yeah, the plan was to put pressure. Tried to take him down, but Jesse's a hell of a wrestler. He's probably the best defense wrestling I ever fought, and I fought some good guy. Um, he was very good. He was surprising me with his wrestling, and that's the way I lose. But after a lose, that's a good thing. If you lose and you're smart enough, you can bounce back better. And with Jesse, I did it. I'm a hell of a good ground fighter, but I accept the takedown. Against Jesse, I accepted every takedown he did because I was like, oh, he's coming to my word. I'm all good. But I shouldn't have accepted any. And if I had my mentality, would have been a different fight. The mentality I have right now would have been a different fight. But yeah, don't accept takedown, and that's my new mentality. If you want to take me down, you'll have to work your ass off.
What was the part of the game plan in your last fight at CFFC? Did you have a specific game plan, or you were adjusting as the fight was advancing?
I think I was adjusting. I'm a polyvalent fighter, so I don't. We had a great game plan. We were working on some stuff against Southpaw and how to react and all this stuff, but there wasn't a big adjustment. I don't want to adjust myself to my opponent. I want him to adjust to myself. So always putting pressure, and with the pressure is going to break, and that's the plan. That's what I'm planning on doing on my fights. Put pressure and put him in the corner and just hurt him.
Do you have somebody locked in your sights for the next fight?
Somebody walk. What do you mean?
Is your next fight opponent? Do you know who will you be facing next?
For now, I'm supposed to fight in Quebec in November. But we still on the hype of the last win at CFFC. So if there's a big show coming up, and I get a call from, let's say, UFC, I'll take it for sure. But for now, I'm supposed to fight in Quebec for Samurai MMA against a UFC veteran, but I can't tell the name.
Oh, okay, no problem. What do you think about Dana White Contender Series as a show? Do you think it's a very good way to bounce into the UFC, or you believe it's a better way to enter the UFC without Dana White Contender?
Dana White Contender is probably, the one of the best way to enter, but it's a dangerous way because you're fighting another guy that's fighting for the contract. Plus, you have the pressure to perform very good because not every win get a contract. So it's not an easy. It's not easy for the fighters. But I know I'm a finisher, so I would like to go in the Contender Series and just finish another guy to get the contract.
Yeah, they insist on finishing fights, which okay, I mean that's how they do. But you can't finish every fighter. For example, there are fighters you can hit him 200 times to the head and he still keeps marching. So it depends on who is your opponent, right?
That's true. That's true. There's a hell fighters. Like the fight before the one at CFFC, I fought a Mexican guy. Man, I was hitting him so hard, and he wasn't. He never flinched, and hey, I never hit a guy that hard that often, and he didn't ever give up. Some people are just unforgivable.
Yeah, that's why Dana White Contender Series is very risky. For example, if you get a guy like Chris Moutinho who doesn't want to go down, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have the favorite quote?
Do I have a favorite quote?
Yeah, the favorite statement. Something that motivates you when you get up of the bed.
I am a hell of a Muhammad Ali fan, so every quote from Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. Let's show them how great I am. Like everything Muhammad Ali once said, I like that. It's like music to my ear. I am the greatest. I've said that even before I knew I was. Man, Muhammad Ali is a man, and every quote he ever say, I respect him.
Do you have maybe the favorite animal?
Oh yeah, the dog. Easy. Dogs are the best.
What are you currently working on in MMA? I've seen you're a great BJJ guy. I've seen your ground game is outstanding. But every single fight I was looking, you were finishing on the ground. So, yeah, I mean, no offense, but every time I was watching you finish on the ground.
Yeah, no offense taken. I like I say, I don't want to. The shorter you are in the cage, the best it is for your health, for your career. So I take people where I'm best, and that's underground. And I know when you're underground with me, you're in deep water. You don't want to be there, and that's what happened. I know I'll finish you quick in the ground, but stand up wise, man, I can punch you. I can punch you 100 times and receive 2 or 3 hits, but stand up wise is not. I mean, people don't give up on the strike. People give up on the choke. So that's why I choke people.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. Very great statement. Would you like to greet somebody? Would you like to say something we forgot to say? Or would you maybe like to give a shout out to somebody?
And I want to shout out everyone that's following me, either in Quebec, man, or around the world. It's fun to have people that are following me like around the world, from every country, man. I thought I know I am more recognized in Quebec, and people know me well in Quebec and Canada. But man, that's fun to have people in Canada, in the United States, and Europe, everywhere to support me, man. It's very cool to know that people like my style.
Yeah, it's pretty much amazing if Quebec gets another UFC name. I know that Marc Andre Barrios is in the UFC from Quebec, but I don't know, is there some other fighter? You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, we have a couple. couple good fighters that are upcoming. We have a couple upcoming fighters, and Marc-André Vallieu is one of our. But yeah, after the pandemic, after the Canada will let us fight, see a couple Canadian. You'll see a couple Canadian because Canadian fighters are tough, man.
Yeah, also from Quebec, I've seen Julian LeBlanc fighting in the LFA, but unfortunately he lost via decision, like you say, decision.
Yeah, and we have Georges Saint-Pierre. He's one of a hell of a Québécois.
Yeah, the best Quebec fighter in the history, and for me, the best Canadian fighter in the history. But now it's like, Rory McDonald is number 2 for me, but for me, the best ever French Canadian is Saint Pierre.
Yeah, for sure. There's there's not even a debate about that. The number one is George, and he's probably the number one of all combat sports. He's probably like wherever you come from, where you come from, George is the number one.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Thank you so much for this interview and discussion. I will put it to creation now. Hope like in 2-3 hours the video will be up.
All right, that's perfect to me. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
Yes, sir.